for joining us. Mr. Idan Bahat is joining us. And thank you. And first, my deepest condolences for your loss, my gratitude that even in this moment of heartbreak, you have agreed to speak with us. I spent a reasonable number of days reporting from the front lines of this conflict. I was able to see firsthand what the Hamas had inflicted. Your son was murdered by the Hamas. How old was Dror, Mr. Bahat?
Dror was 30 years old, celebrated in the summer a couple of months ago. As you said, Dror was, he and his partner, they were fixing and build all the decoration for this Nova festival that you can see in the picture right now.
Yes.
He initiated the business looking for this Nova festival as an exit, as an opportunity to go with the big festivals, and he was so excited to go there. This, as you said, this is a festival for peace and love, and who can imagine that such disaster can happen in this kind of festival for peace and love?
It is really gruesome, and I can only imagine what you are going through. How are you getting from day to day? How are you and your family keeping your strength?
Well, this is very hard, as you can imagine. You know, he was just 30 years old, but only started his life. He's a young man, has all this future in front of him. He was a wonderful son. He is my eldest son, our eldest son, me and my wife Ella. Dror has three more brother and sisters, and he likes to live. He has a very big plans for the future, and in such a horrible way with this Hamas, ISIS, Nazis, monsters that came into this festival and just murdered him and his friends while they are just trying to to make to enjoy and to make love and peace. This is horrible. What can I say? We are to your question. Yes, we are struggling to continue our lives. This is only 3.5 weeks after. As I said before, this day, or actually 2 days after this festival, when I was able to find him in a base, in an IDF, Israeli Defense Force base, where they were collecting all the bodies from this festival and all these disasters that happened close to the Gaza border, and I was able to identify and to find out that my son is unfortunately murdered there, and this was the first day of the rest of our lives. I don't know how we will continue. I just know that Dror would want us to continue. He would want us to continue to live and to enjoy. And we have three. He has three more brothers. We have three more children, and we will live for them for sure. But definitely, this is a horrible disaster. Who can imagine such a thing in this peaceful place for love and peace festival?
Yes, and I have absolutely no words to offer you as solace. But I want to ask you, when I was reporting in Israel, the forensics laboratory that was going through some of the remains told us that it had been very difficult to identify some of the bodies. Some bodies were found to wear signs of torture. Other bodies, according to officials, wore signs of rape. They were dismembered bodies. Did you, and I'm sorry to ask you this very difficult question, but going to the horror of what the Hamas inflicted, was it difficult for you to identify your son's body?
Well, no, because fortunately, Dror has a very big tattoo. Dror was he enjoy love festivals. He enjoyed to go on trip all around the world, and especially, by the way, India. He really likes India. And a couple of minutes ago, you even yes, yeah. This is by the way from Thailand, but you have some pictures that I sent you from India last
Is
February.
that are these from India?
from Eilat in Israel, and this is when he was a child. But if you want me, yes, this is for India. This is from India. These are pictures from India. These also he and the friends, they really like India. These are pictures. Some of them are really from the late past. On last February, he was visiting India again for his, I think, third times, and
Wow.
he was traveling India. He said some time ago that India is like his second homeland. He really liked the people there. He liked the views. He liked to enjoy there. But he also make very nice trips in India, in Pushkar, and in Delhi, and in Agra, and also in the north, in Kulu and Manali, and many places. I also, by the way, know India and really like it. I enjoy visiting there.
That's lovely. I know I know Indians will be heartbroken in a way, therefore, especially with the India connection, to hear what happened with Dror.
But
He
I
called India his
will
second. Yeah, go ahead.
just sorry, just to your question, I didn't forget. You asked how difficult was it to identify him. So I would say to think about it. First of all, he has some it was easy to recognize him by tattoos and things he has on his body. I
Hmm.
want to tell also that I really hope. I decided not to look on his face. We decided because he was collected with his friends 2 days. Only, by the way, 2 days after he was murdered by this Hamas terrorist. But even in 2 days, you don't know what happened to the body. And very good friends of us warmly suggested that not to look and to remember him such a nice young boy, as you can see in the picture, but we
Yes.
definitely recognize him. And I want to say only that I really hope he didn't suffer much. I hope that his murder was quick. I hope that they didn't do things to the body, or maybe even torture him before, because I know they did it. This monster did it to others. I really hope it was fast for him. And 2 days after we found him in this base, in IDF base where they collected the bodies, we buried him, and we started the rest of our lives from that horrible day.
My heart goes out to you, and for a parent to say, I hope my son's murder was quick and painless, are words that no parent should ever have to speak. Mr. Bahat, uh, tell us about, and let's try and remember him, as you said, as this smiling young happy man. He had a pet dog, and the dog, of course, is devastated. And I want to bring up images of this dog, because ever since Dror has died, you are, of course, suffering. His beloved dog, who is repeatedly making lonely trips to Dror's grave.
Yes, definitely. Dror really like also pets and animal and dogs especially. He has also a cat, but this dog Raider was he was so close to him. Really love him so much, and the dog, he of course couldn't understand. He cannot understand what is happening, but he is searching for him. Dror went to this festival before going to the festival. On the festival, this horrible Saturday was the 7th of October. 2 days before, on 5th of October, Thursday, he came to our home, left the dog. He went, fortunately, without the dog to this festival area. He left the dog, gave a big hug to his mother, Ella, and the dog is still waiting for him because he never came back. He said, I will come back, and collected him 2 or 3 days after, when we finished this festival, and he never came back. Now the dog is going every day to this to Dror's grave with his mother, myself, and also his two sisters that you saw in the
Yeah.
picture. This was Dror's grave, and it looks like, we cannot talk with him, but he's sad, and definitely Raider is sad, and it looks like he's looking for his Dror. Dror collected him from a shelter 6 years ago, and took care of him and loved him so much. By the way, you saw some pictures. I will tell you. You saw with snow. 2 weeks before, on September 22nd, we came back from Nepal, which is really close to India, from the Himalaya.
Yes.
This is a picture from Nepal. This is his youngest sister, Gil, and this is Dror and myself, his father, Idan. And we went for a 2 weeks trek over there in the Himalaya, in the Langtan trip and the frozen lakes. It was great, and Dror was so
Yeah.
great. Also,
Yeah.
I was so much enjoyed, and who can tell that this will be like a farewell or a way
Yeah.
to that I will see him for the last time or close to it.
I'm so sorry. It's difficult to even hear. I can only